There is something that we Christians usually do that is very funny. Something that Christians do is very funny. And at the same time, it's funny, and at the same time, I don't want to say foolish. It is kind of silly, very silly. Now, what is that? Okay, now look at this. Let's take, for example, somebody comes to church and that person gives testimony. Let's say, for example, a man comes to church and then he gives testimony and he says, praise the Lord, on my way coming back from work last night, blah blah blah, armed robbers attacked me, they collected this, they collected that, and then they shot at me 3 times, but in fact, I just thank God because it was a miracle. They shot at me 3 times. The bullet did not enter my body. My shirt got burnt by their bullet, but the bullet didn't touch me. People in the congregation would immediately assume, you're not going to use juju. A lot of Christians I know think this way. It will be the first thing that will come to their mind. They'll be like, this one don't go use juju because they thought, say, hey, God. Why is it that? Why do you believe that juju can do it, but God cannot do it? Like, why? Why exactly do you have that belief? A lot of Christians have that belief. Why do you believe that juju can do this thing and God cannot do it? It's like a lot of Christians, you are afraid of the devil, but you don't have fear of God. You are not afraid of God. You don't fear God. In fact, as a matter of fact, God gives us commandments, rules that we should follow. We do not follow it. We don't do it. But if you go to a native doctor to ask for something and the native doctor gives you a list of things, say, don't eat this, don't do this, don't do that. If they say don't do this, don't do that, you will make sure that those things are very far away from you so that you don't do it, because you know that if you do it, you will die. But when it comes to God, everybody just takes it for granted and it's very funny because now, when I look at it this way, you are afraid of the devil. When the devil gives you instruction, do it like this, do like this, you will obey. If God gives you instruction, do this, everybody's like, we just take it for granted. We fear the devil, but we don't fear God. Why? It is completely wrong. The reason I'm saying it's completely wrong is because you are actually afraid of the wrong person. Between God and the devil, who do you think you should fear most? Is it the devil or the person that actually created the devil? Now, we look at the devil is malevolent and God is benevolent. Okay. You are afraid of the devil. If you are afraid of the devil and you're not afraid of God, let me tell you something. You are afraid of the wrong person, because the person you should be afraid of the most is the person that created that malevolent entity. Because he that created that malevolent entity is both malevolent and benevolent. Now, if you look at it, power is neutral. Power in the hands of anybody is neutral. It depends on what you use that power for. Now, the results of power is determined by he who wields that power. I've heard a pastor preach one time and he said that, what was that, his sermon? He was preaching, he said that when God sent the devil out of heaven, that God left the devil with only bad powers. Nigga, there is nothing like bad powers. Power is neutral. It depends on what you use it for. That's why some people like to always refer to our village people that, Unasabi make person mad for America from village with picture. Why can't you do the same to our politicians and all that? Let me not divert. That one is another different topic. But the point is that you being afraid of the devil, you're afraid of the wrong person. The person you should fear most is God, because he who created that entity you fear is actually more dangerous, because God, you see, that is all benevolent, is very malevolent too, just in case you don't know. Now let me give you an example. Now, if you look at the Bible, somewhere in the Bible, Elijah, I think it's Elisha or Elijah, the names actually confuses me. Now, Elijah is a prophet. This is not powers from the devil, this is power from God. Elijah's powers are from God. God gave Elijah powers, and he has this very powerful authority. Now, Elijah was walking one time on the street, and then there were this group of children that were, laughing, mocking him, singing, bowed head. He grew angry and he summoned 2 bears from the forest, and he ate, I think, 42 children. This is somebody that collected power from God, but he used it and he consumed children because they insulted him. Now, this is not power from the devil, though. Some people might be like, that's the devil's power. That is not the devil's power, that is power from God. Now, power in itself is neutral, it doesn't pick side. So, if you are giving power, whatever you use that power for will determine the kind of person that you are. So, if the devil is seen as malevolent, it's because the devil actually chooses to only do malevolent things. So, but the point of the whole thing is, you are afraid of the devil. My brother, you should not fear the devil. You should fear he who made the devil, because he is both malevolent and benevolent. And if you look through the history of the Bible and what is going on in today's world, there are so many reasons why you should fear God. Like I said, the first reason is he is both malevolent and benevolent, and he created the devil that you fear. Secondly, another reason why you should actually fear God more than the devil is the person that is always quiet the most is the most unpredictable person. And God is very silent in today's world. So a lot of people say a lot of things, a lot of people abuse God, a lot of people say horrible things, They say horrible things about God. They say terrible things. They insult God. They say, and God is watching. Children are dying. Look at war. Look at this. Where was God? Where was God when this happened to me? Where was God when this happened? There is no God. God is this, that. Your God is evil. Is blah blah. People say a lot of bullshit, and God is quiet. Trust me, that's the person you should fear most. Because if you if you go to a witch. If if you insult a witch or a wizard or a powerful native doctor, trust me, they will annihilate you. They will destroy you. Like, they will destroy you. But when it comes to God, for the fact that he's silent and he's not saying anything, you should be afraid. You should be worried. Why? Because you cannot predict his next move. If it's the devil, if you do something, if you break rules on the side of the devil, if the devil gives you commandment and you break rules, you automatically know that you are dying. You automatically know that this is what will happen, you will die. But God's rules, you break them and he's quiet and he doesn't say anything. You should actually be worried, seriously, because that person that is actually silent the most is actually the most dangerous person.